Hi skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. We are in for a really fun adventure today, I think. I've actually been waiting on posting this video for like 2 months. I filmed this the first weekend of January this year. But then when I went to edit it, I realized I had a problem. The footage of the opening that I'd filmed, somehow the audio didn't work. This lavalier mic somehow did not connect correctly to my phone, so the video looks like this. And me being something of a perfectionist, wanting the video to turn out how I had imagined, I started scrambling, trying to figure out how to repair audio, and then that wasn't working. So I spent time trying to figure out if I could use some program to read my lips in the video and give me a transcript script so that I could voice over it and all of these things. And I've just decided to show you my experience that day. So this video is all about the very, very first time that I skated on natural ice, on wild ice, on a lake. It was quite an experience for me. And part of the reason I waited so long and really wanted that opening footage is because what I was talking about here was my anticipation of the experience. I'd never skated on wild ice before, and being from Northern California, there is some ability to skate on wild ice, but every single winter you hear stories about people falling through. The ice gets thick enough to skate in, but not all over the lake. You'll have lakes with certain areas that are frozen enough and certain areas that are not. You'll have it where it's cold enough one day and then not the next day. So people hear, oh, it's cold enough, and they go skating and then they fall through. When I was a teen, I remember hearing a story about a man who was speed skating on Donner Lake. And I actually knew who this person was because he skated at my home rink. And he was out skating on a lake and fell through and he died. So all of these thoughts have gone through my head every time that I have considered going out on wild ice. And so there was a lot of nervous feelings going skating this day. But the people I was with assured me that this was a very, very safe place to skate. And as I walked towards the ice and saw so many people out there skating and playing hockey, it really did calm my nerves. So when we got there, there was all these people putting their skates on. People had brought little buckets and crates that they could flip over and sit on to tie their skates on. And when they were done tying their skates, they could put all of their belongings in to keep them safe and keep them from getting wet on the ice. So we got our skates on and then it was time to head out and skate. And I was immediately enamored with the fact that you could see all the way through the ice to the bottom of the lake. You could see all of the vegetation. There were some little fish still swimming around down there. I was completely obsessed with just looking at the ice. And this was only the second day that you could skate on this ice for the season. So there were lots of areas that no one had skated on yet. So the ice was still dark and really, really easy to see through. Part of the reason that this particular lake is so safe to skate on is that it is not very deep. So it doesn't take as much cold air to freeze it, but also if you were to fall through, you're going to hit the bottom and be able to pull yourself out. The other thing about the particular geography of this area is it's like a wind tunnel. There are mountains on either side. So the wind comes through and that wind causes the air in the area to be a little bit colder, which does a really, really great job of freezing this ice. So this lake stays frozen, whereas another lake nearby doesn't freeze at all. It didn't take long for me to become incredibly confident in skating on this ice. It wasn't as bumpy as I'd imagined, and I felt no fear of falling through once I saw all of the other skaters enthusiastically skating around. There was a large game of hockey happening in the shade of the mountain where the ice was the thickest. So that was fine with me. I stayed near the sides where it was sunnier and through the reeds on the edge of the lake where I found really cool pathways to skate through. These sunny edges and these pathways were where all the figure skaters and the recreational skaters were enjoying their time out on the ice. I kept feeling like I just need to pause for a moment and experience this fully and deeply and richly. I needed to just soak this whole experience into my bones. It was a beautiful day and a beautiful time out on the ice. Besides being able to see through the ice, the other thing that I was completely captivated by was the sound of the ice as I skated. The ice sounded alive. It's a sound almost like electricity as the ice shifted under all of us skaters. It almost sounded as if the ice was speaking back to us as we skated across it. It sounded like an alive conversation between the ice and the skater. This has been an absolutely incredible experience for me. I feel like coming out here is a connection to where my sport came from, a connection to my roots as a figure skater. It's incredibly freeing. It's freeing to be out here in nature, breathing the fresh air, seeing the world around me, the crisp cold. You're out of the walls of the ice rink. I'm always talking about how I love there being natural light in the rink, and here there is natural light all around me. But more than that, it's feeling like this is where the sport began. This is where my sport came from, out here in nature on wild ice. The ice is black because of the depth of the ground below it. And so you see every single tracing that you make, every little mark that you create on the ice leaves an impression. You see the white of your tracing. So I can imagine the skaters in the past having fun with the art of it, the creativity of it, creating pictures and patterns, and the figures that give figure skating its name. Every little turn I did, every spin I did, I was leaving my mark on this ice. But this experience has left its mark on me as well. I am just having this moment where I feel incredibly grateful. Grateful for this time, grateful for this beautiful place, and grateful to be able to connect to wild ice and the roots of where my sport began. I hope all of you someday get to have an experience like this, where you get to feel where figure skating truly began and have your own connection to it, have your own moment where you say, this is where I come from. We all come from different places, right? We all have different families, different cultures. We're from all over the world. But all of us who choose to share this sport become part of a new family, a figure skating family. And through that figure skating family, we have a shared ancestry, a shared figure skating ancestry. And that begins out on wild ice, just like this. And coming out here and experiencing wild ice, I feel like I got to tap in to that figure skating ancestry, that figure skating history. And hopefully each one of you gets to come out and have that same experience one day. For now though, I'm just happy to be here, happy to be having this absolutely wonderful moment out here in northern Italy on some wild ice.